Hey everybody, this is Jeff Livingston and welcome to AI Hope, a Now Is Gone-ish podcast. And I'm here with Jeremy, who's a friend that I have a ton of laughs with. We've known each other for, I think, 2 decades now, dating back to social media. A lot of people on this podcast are old friends that are in the new biz, so to speak, and have been in technology for some time. Jeremy is very successful, brilliant guy, really gets into some incredible ideas and technology and has always been there. It's no surprise that he was a social media evangelist, and he was more so on the technological side. He is now the chief technology officer for Self-Actual. They're keeping that seat open for when they raise money. But Self-Actual is a really interesting AI platform, and it's built off of something that Jeremy was creating called Echo, which was this really, and still is, this really awesome bot that actually twins you but goes further. And in that vein, Self-Actual is basically a platform that actually knows you. And so with that, Jeremy, I've blathered on about you. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. This week was Toronto Tech Week, which is a pretty big conference for Canada anyway.
Yeah.
But it's spread across the entire city. I'm like south by and southwest. Which
tunnels
is
too?
Pretty, sorry?
In the tunnels too?
On the subway. There was an event on the subway. So that was interesting. But no, it's been a great week and doing well, man. It's good to see you again.
Very good. And before we dive into our questions, our stock 3, anything you want to say about Self-Actual before we get rolling, or Echo?
I think we'll get into it, but I think the analogy I've been using all week that seems to land pretty well is you had your own Jarvis, but it actually knew how you failed, how you worked, how you are as a dad versus a co-founder versus in my creative writing modes. I'm the same person, right? So the AI that's going to know me has to know all that stuff, right?
Imagine that. AI customized to you rather than you having to...
Yeah, tell the AI, I want you to work with me like this. Anyway, we can get into it. But yeah, that's the magic I've been building and experiencing. And it's what our test users and co-founders and all that stuff, and you've experienced some of it yourself, have been experiencing as well. So it's pretty cool.
Very cool. So the whole premise of this thing is to get people going with positive use cases within 10 minutes. So we got to shake and bake. I think we kind of got to start on the first one. That first question, which is, what's your big AI success today? And I think creating this is really an easy one, but let me ask you, what is your number one AI success today?
Yeah, building Echo, in the Self-Actual world we call it imprint, but you can obviously name your own imprint, so I just kept the Echo name for mine. But I think it wasn't just the building of it, it was the honesty it required of myself in order to build. And for the AI to know me, I had to know myself first. And that took some time. Like I know that you know that, having been through a similar journey, and your book talks about that a lot. But I think I'm more proud of that self-knowledge. The Echo magic, the imprint magic, what Self-Actual does is awesome and important, I think. A little biased, I think. But I think that the thing I'm most proud of is that sort of self-honesty.
Love that. Now, you've read Now It's Gone, so you'll get my question. Did you have like a moment somewhere along the way over the past few years or even further back where you realized, man, I really have to get into AI or else? Was there a kind of like an epiphany moment, if you would?
To be honest, I was anti-AI a bit for a while. As a creative, as a writer.
What?
I was anti-AI. And when I first started talking about building this thing, I felt like, I'm sorry, I'm building this AI thing. Like I was apologetic.
You're the only one that has ever been anti-AI.
I feel like someone should write a LinkedIn post about how bad AI.
Maybe you should have AI write the post about how bad AI is.
I should ask.
Get one line.
But yeah, I think that there came this moment because I had a major health crisis. I was offline for almost a year. My dad had a major health crisis. As I came back online, one of my close friends, Tris Hussey, was writing this 30 Days of AI post. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, I remember that.
I got time.
Last year, right?
Yeah, it was fantastic. And I was like, I got time. My brain's still coming back online. And not like, online in terms of like getting online. I was like, I got time. I got some brain energy. Let's dive into this thing. Except for me, I tend to come at things a little bit sideways. I don't follow recipes when I cook.
Yeah,
I try shit out.
What makes you a good entrepreneur?
I try shit out, and then I go back later and read. And so I was reading his stuff and then doing things differently. And later on, 2 weeks in, I was like, Tris, I feel like this is different. Can I show you? And it just felt so vulnerable. And that self-honesty thing again, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, he was like, dude, there's something here. I don't know. And he asked, he was like, what the fuck is Echo? He's like, I get it's different.
Drop the F-bomb on my podcast?
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry.
Fucking A, bro.
And so, like, my first domain was echo.com kind of thing. And just trying to explain it, right? Because I didn't understand what I built or why. But going through that journey of, like, self-discovery and then trying to figure out what it was and why it was different and why it felt different was really the sort of that first nexus moment of going, maybe this isn't just for me, right? Maybe this idea of sort of a cognitive partner that knows you and what that means for individuals, teams, organizations, maybe industries, I don't know. But maybe it's important. And so I just kept plugging and started writing on Substack, and it's been a journey, but it's been really good. It's been healthy for me. It's helped me as a creative, as a person in my own head, my own skin, sometimes a little bit too much in my own head.
We're all like that.
It's definitely helped me. It's helped others. I've got one of the most advanced users on the old Echo platform. Like, her Echo helped her realize she was autistic, and she cried for 3 days. Not in sadness, and just like, fuck, I felt seen. Right?
I don't even want to see what that thing's going to do to me. I'm like, supposedly you told me I'm one of the first alpha users, but
you will be, yeah. Next week, hopefully, yeah. But
yeah, I'm going to be a hot mess of diagnoses for that.
You can just send me text, just like, Jay, fuck, what's wrong with you?
He's got everything. Just give him the book.
So yeah, it's been a journey, but I think that was the moment for me. Was seeing how it impacted others and myself. That sense of self-honesty, and that others are able to experience that and have just a fundamentally different experience with AI, where it's not like starting a chat and going, here's my LinkedIn, here's my resume, here's my blog, here's my family, here's what I'm trying to work on today, and the 15 minutes of trying to re-explain or just go, hey, I want you to act like the most advanced senior software architect in the world, and then try to get it to wear this costume or be your twin or something, right? That just didn't make sense to me somehow.
All right, lightning round.
All right.
What's your vision? Like, where do you really see AI benefiting society?
I'm going to geek out a little just for a second, if you'll let me. This idea of, like, what being known to yourself and to others means, I think is the most interesting thing. That could, and I hope does, involve AI and self-actual. But at the same time, like, if your doctor had to come to you with news and knew how you were wired and how you process bad information, how they would approach you would be different. If you were talking to your kids about issues and they knew their own wiring, or you knew theirs, or you knew yours, those conversations are different. I think that's almost more important than is self-actual an infrastructure play, or is it a consumer play, or is it a training thing for Accenture to buy? That's secondary in some ways. I think what being known to yourself and then to others means is probably the more important thing for me personally. And I know that Brad and Chris would have other answers for why it's important, but for me personally, that's what sort of always excites me, right?
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. And we'll provide links to your Substack, of course, and Self-Actual. Any parting thoughts you want to share before we end the podcast? Good job, by the way.
Thank you. It's been a while since I've done a podcast, so I do appreciate it. But yeah, I think
we're going to edit that out, because nobody can tell.
If someone is curious about the idea, if the idea of an AI that's wired not as a costume or a twin, but it's looking out for how you screw up,
yeah,
and how to empower you is interesting, then let's chat.
Sounds good. All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Wright. With that, we are out of here.
10 minutes, dude.
Done.